And what is up, guys? Welcome back to Excellopedia Hub for another video. So today we have something a little bit different than normal. So I'm not sure how many of you guys remember when the Accelepedia was still a thing with all the information and documents that I had about Acceleracers. It was a great source of information. And one of the most important things that I had was an Acceleracers Rarity guide for the Acceleracers card game. And it was actually like a compilation of all the booster packs and 3-packs that a bunch of members in the community had opened, and they verified the results of what they pulled. So it was 100% accurate, and they actually made a card rarity guide and put it on the Accelepedia. But for whatever reason, the Accelepedia is not up anymore. I'm really not sure what happened to it. Like I said, I wasn't really in the community when it came down. I don't know if somebody took the website down or what happened. So if anybody knows, go let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to know what happened to it. But I just know that you can't find it anymore when you Google it. All that it pulls up is a bunch of older websites from like 2014 that don't have a lot of information, and like no recent posts or anything like that on it. So unfortunately, that card game rarity guide was pretty much lost. I don't think you can access it on the internet anymore, but this is where it gets good. So a huge shout out to Ryan from the Acceleracers community on Reddit. His username is Racing Drones, and at least I'm pretty sure it's Racing Drones. I might have to double check. But he actually saved the card game rarity guide. He downloaded it when the Accelepedia was still up, and he sent it to me the other day. Told me that I could review it for a video if I felt like it. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So he actually saved the card game rarity guide from the old Excellopedia. So now today we're going to be looking through it and sort of seeing what those guys pulled out of all their booster packs and 3-packs. And I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of the cards that they deem as rare are going to be the same ones that I deem as rare. But I'm very curious to see like how many Metro Realms, Jump Jets, cards like that they pull. And so let's just jump right into it. Let's take a look at it.
All right, so let's take a look at this card rarity guide. So everything on here is color coded based on rare, uncommon, common. It's got all 246 cards in here. It says the information source: 6 starter decks, 235 3-packs, 126 booster packs. So we have every card in this set here and how many times it was pulled and sort of the rarity that they assigned to it. So let's take a look here. So Flathead Fury, they got 1 copy of Flathead Fury that was pulled, but 5 copies of Pile Driver. See, that's interesting to me because I always thought Pile Driver was harder to find than Flathead Fury. At least in my experience, it's been tougher. So we got 1 copy of Torque Jackhammer, the 3D foil. Let's see what else here. 2 copies of High Voltage, 3 copies of Spectite, 2 copies of Chicane. So most of those are sort of on par with what I figured, sort of the rare to extremely hard to find. So moving on here, 2 copies of Hyper Synchro. Most of these Teku vehicles are uncommon: Hyper High Voltage, Hyper Nightlife, and Hyper Reverb was rare. Sort of got Carbide is uncommon, okay. Covlite, Octanium, and Technetium is extremely hard to find. Sounds right. Vector Anthracite, extremely hard to find. They pulled 2 copies of that. They have Artio 1 as a rare too, which is interesting. But then here, Artio 5, Artio 9, both extremely hard to find. Yep, that's just sort of what I figured, and Artio 8. So continuing on, we have most of the V2 drones cards are uncommon. Then Artio 9 version 2, they pulled 2 copies, so that's extremely hard to find. Then on the realms, they've got the Canyon, Wind, Solar, and Cliffside is uncommon. Wow, they actually have the Fog Realm and the Storm Realm as common cards. That's crazy. I always thought those were extremely hard to pull. And then they've got the Labyrinth Realm as a common. The Reactor is rare. Interesting. The Ruins Realm as a uncommon. Lava Realm is rare. Cybergrid Realm is uncommon. They pulled 6 copies of the Cybergrid Realm. That's impressive. And then they have the Desert and Warped as rare. Let's see what else here. They got the Micro Realm as uncommon. Fog Vision is actually, they have it as extremely hard to find. I always thought that was the easiest foil Acceleracharger to pull was Fog Vision, in my opinion. But they only have Battering Bubble as an uncommon. And then obviously Phantom Form and Lightspeed, rare and extremely hard to find. And then Dual Driller, Hyperpod, Polyalloy Wheels, Grappler Claw, Camo Skin. Yep, most of those sort of just what I figured. Nitrox 3 as a rare. And honestly, I mean, their findings seem to be very similar to mine from all the packs I've opened. Wow, they didn't pull a single copy of Jump Jets. Look at that. 0 copies of Jump Jets that were pulled, but they pulled 3 Octorod Hyperpods. So then they only pulled 1 copy of Shellskin. Wow. So they have Shellskin is extremely hard to find. So then we've got 2 copies of Sweeper Strike, 3 Acid Bath, 6 Tornado Vortex, 3 copies of Wrong Way, So Sweeper Strike and Wrong Way are fairly common as far as 3D foils go. Then 3 copies of Bootlegger Reverse, 6 copies of Home Track Advantage, and then most of these other ships are just common and uncommon cards. But what a great resource this is. It's kind of relieving to see that most of the stuff that they found was pretty similar to my findings with all the packs that I've opened. That's always a good feeling.
So now there's a lot of really interesting information in there. One of the biggest trends I noticed was out of the 126 booster packs, they pulled 19 total 3D foils, no Metro Realms obviously, but 19 3D foils in 126 packs. That comes out to, let me see, I wrote 15% chance. So it was like 15.2% chance of pulling a 3D foil in a booster pack, which comes out to like 1 in every 6.5 packs. So somewhere between 1 in every 6 packs and 1 in every 7 packs, you'll get a 3D foil. And I don't see any reason to not trust that, because that seems to be about what the rate was for me, even though I thought it might have been a little tiny bit better than that, maybe 1 in every 5 packs. But for all intents and purposes, I do think that's accurate. But the only discrepancy I noticed on this, and I know this this rarity guide isn't 100% verified, because it has like approximately 235 3 packs, approximately 126 booster packs. But the only reason I know that it's not 100% accurate is because I mean, if you open 126 booster packs, you're guaranteed to get a 3D foil or a regular foil out of every pack. And I added up all the foils and holograms that were pulled, and it came out to like 135 total foils. So I mean, 135 foils, 126 packs. That means that there was only, out of all the packs, that was 126 of the foils, and then there was only 9 foils left to come out of the 3 packs. So you're telling me you pulled 9 foils out of 235 3 packs? That's not accurate at all. That's obviously not, because I mean, the rate in there has to be like 1 in every 8, 1 in every 7, just like the booster packs with the 3D foils. So that's how I know that that information isn't 100% accurate, but for all intents and purposes, it is still a really, really cool rarity guide, and huge shout out to Ryan for sending that over to me so that I could take a look at it, because I'm very interested to figure out the exact value of a booster pack and the exact value of a 3 pack of cards. I plan on doing videos on that. I watched some of Z&G Emporium's breakdowns on how he calculated the value of Pokemon booster boxes and Pokemon booster packs. And I'm really excited to do it for the Acceleracers booster pack, because I'm just curious what the exact value is. Like, is it really worth $100 per pack, or is it worth more? I really don't know. And especially for the 3 pack, when it comes to buying carded Acceleracers to open them up and rip the card packs open, I kind of want to know, like, is a 3 pack worth what, $6, $8, $3? I'm really curious. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Once again, huge shout out to Ryan for sending that over to me, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that card rarity guide from the Accelepedia. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.